I was brought up by my grandparents. We had a lovely apartment. I even had my own bedroom. One early morning, my father came to our apartment and he says he's got to speak to me because he has to run away because there's going to be a war on between Germany and Poland won't be able to defend itself. Within 6 weeks, the whole of Poland was occupied by German troops. The day they came into us, everything changed. They said, everybody that lives, every Jew living in Łódź, that's the city that I lived in, will have to a designated area, which was the poorest area of town, after having a 3-bedroom apartment. We managed to get one single room. Anybody found out, or anybody that'll escape, will be shot. A lot of women especially were committing suicide. I couldn't understand it. I kept on asking my grandmother, why do they want to commit suicide? It took me a while to realize. She wouldn't say anything, but it took me a while to realize. Can you imagine a mother losing a child from starvation? They didn't want to live. They had nothing to live for. In 1942, one day, some German officers came to the Jewish people that were running the ghetto, and they said they need about 70,000 people to go to Germany. They came with big lorries and started taking people. When they took me as well and they slung me onto the lorry, I looked who was in it. I couldn't believe it. I saw children, babies, women with babies, old people, disabled people. And I thought, surely they're not taking us to work. They're going to kill us somewhere. I jumped off the lorry. I ran, and they didn't see me. Had they seen me, they would have shot me. After a few days, they said tomorrow morning you go to the railway station. So my grandmother and I took our suitcases and all the other people, and we arrived in the railway station in our city. And now, the first thing I said to my grandmother, I can't see any trains. She says, standing in front of you. I said, they're not for us. You know, I was already 14 years old by that time. She said, that's all there is. I said, there are trucks, they're for animals. They packed the people on. There was no way you can sit down. If you sat down, people were sitting on top of you. I've got something in my mind and I can't get rid of it, you know. I've been trying so to get rid of it, and I feel so ashamed. How can a child of 14 hope people should die so he'll have a place where to sit? What has become of me? I was completely dehumanized. And after a few days, I had where to sit down. Because there was half of the people were already dead. One early morning, I saw through the slits of the car the word Auschwitz. They opened the door, they said, oh, leave all your things there because everybody's going to have a shower. They pointed right and left and right, right and left, and all the people that went to the left were children, old people, disabled people, women holding babies. Eventually they took them away, those people that went to the left. They put them into the room. A German guard went to the back of the building. Within 20 minutes, everybody in that room was dead. How can a human being do that lunchtime? And then going in the evening and have his dinner and listen to music, knowing what they did. Eventually I arrived in north of England, in Hull, from there to London. One day I was walking the street and I met a boy, and he said to me, you know those kids that came here, the first transport from Prague in Czechoslovakia? They came. They've got a club why don't you go on Sunday or Saturday evening? I knocked on the door, they opened the door, and the first sentence I uttered, I said, at last I found my family again. I never said that when I found my mother. And those people are still my family today. Look, unfortunately, 90% are not with us anymore. I'm one of the young survivors. And the only thing I wish today, people think I'm mental, maybe I am. I would love to see Hitler today and show him my family and say to him, you see, you tried to get rid of the Jews, the Gypsies, and all the other people. You killed 6 million Jewish people. 1.5 million were children. He was officially wanted to kill all the Jewish people of Europe. But I would have said to him, but you did not succeed. And those people that have, those family, the family that I got can prove it. It should never, never be forgotten.